Hey Raiders! Hello! Welcome back to the channel. This is Chief Booty Baker. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I greatly appreciate any support you provide by subscribing and keeping up to date on any future videos that I'll be releasing. This was supposed to be for Ronda Rousey, so for whatever reason they offer Shaman in replace of that, because you can tell this Savage gear down here was specifically for Ronda. So bringing up the champion vault, I did log in a few times for Deliana and the Ultimate Death Knight. Free reserve vault, as everyone did, so I do have a bonus 10 slots. And the reason why I'm pointing this out is because in my previous videos I was basically saying if you're going to spend any gems at all to increase your vault capacity, you're going to want to spend it here first rather than here, because the goal is when you do when you get freebie champions, when you get your login champions, when you do get champions from campaigns, they will end up filling up your available champion slots here. Any bonus champions you get from any farming, any of your login bonuses, they're actually going to spill over into the booty trunk. Booty. And this does have an expiration, but usually lasts in there for 99 days. So as a bonus in this video, I'm going to offer a promo code because I'm curious if it still works. So we're going to put in PayPal Raid 2023. Look at that, it works. So there you go, a little bonus from the Chief. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for future promos that may pop up in a video. You never know what the Chief's baking up in the oven for you. In this particular promo code, you're gonna get Rectum Protector.
Ew, gross.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sanctum Protector. You're gonna get some brews for him because he is Spirit. You're gonna get a day boosted XP and an energy refill. But with these bonus XPs, they're enticing you for a reason. They want you to go into your campaign, throw that double XP boost on, and rank up your champions. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna gain experience. You're gonna raise this level up here. There's a good side and a bad side. The good side is it unlocks more things for you to utilize as far as your Forge, Altar of Souls, which is new since the last time I used this account. Your Forge Pass, which opens at 40, Tag Team Arena, and the Doom Tower. And get your champions ready without collecting too many champions and stuffing them in your vault. My biggest problem was with these champion collector type games. I do the same thing. I don't know what to do with them. I feel like there's value in them, and so they just sit and they sit and they sit. So in this account, in this specific account, I'm trying not to do that. I have other accounts that I am testing some theories, testing champions, and I don't need to do that with this account. So I'm trying to utilize this just for some examples to give you on some things to look for in the early game. I'm trying to research a little bit on trying to find out some answers on your overall account level. Not your power level, but your overall account level. And all I keep finding is your account power. And this is another interesting find on here. Risk, debt, and arena mechanics is actually pretty good little article he's asking. He talks about account power, arena debt. So there are some counter theories on that too, as far as centering your premise on your account on the arena specifically. This is a bit of a disservice to just focus on the arena point. Also, it's not that only the arena matters. It's the fact that it's the only area of the game that you can build your Great Hall, which upgrades every team throughout the game, your affinities, and so on and so forth. So that is definitely something you'd want to work on, and I don't see why you wouldn't want to take advantage of that at a lower level. So I'm presenting a little bit of factual information that I actually found through the community manager on Plarium on a question of player power affecting your arena. Plarium, player power indeed impacts matchmaking on the classic arena. So all other things being equal, you're more likely to encounter more opponents with player power relatively close to that of yours. However, there are also some other factors that influence what sort of teams you will see after a refresh, with the previous performance on the arena being the most significant. So yes, it is fine to see players with player power higher than yours. A later case might suggest that despite having a lot of champions and artifacts, those players did not use the resource to best effect on their champions. So there's one quick little tip of advice on there for you. So if you have experience building your champions, you're going to succeed in the arena no matter who you face at these early stages. So once you get all the way up to Bronze 4, it's going to get a little tougher but you're going to get a lot of benefit out of advancing this Great Hall long before you have a plethora of gear, which is another issue with your gear. You're not going to want to keep a lot of gear in your vault because that also is going to add to your overall player power. So keep all those numbers low at first, and that'll give you a good boost and to work on your affinity bonuses. On some of my other accounts, I'm testing theories, but you obviously start off with HP, attack, and defense. One of the metas in many of the advice videos out there on what to do with your Great Hall medals is to build your accuracy first, and that's perfectly fine because there's only a few places you can get accuracy, and you may or may not want to put an accuracy chest on a specific champion. Another reason why you want to place higher in the dungeons and work on the dungeons themselves is the higher you get in the dungeons, the higher the level of artifacts that you're going to obtain from them. And some of the best gear in the game is from these dungeons and not necessarily in your campaigns. There are good artifacts in the campaign, but they're very basic. And as you can see, I haven't even got past 8 yet in normal, and there's a specific reason for that, which I'm trying to return to in this kind of anti-farming. It's not so much as a anti-farming in general, it's just not farming as much as what's suggested in the campaign. It's very hard to get your starter champion into level 60. If you're lucky and get a champ like Diliana, you may actually want to build all your food up to level her up, even though it still takes a lot of time to get your champions up to level 50. In order to upgrade her to 60, you may be a better champion than your rare. Now, one other tip, other than the booty chest, most of the items you're going to fill this with on your daily logins are going to be in here for 99 days. So you have plenty of space here. You have plenty of space for your champions. You have plenty of space for what other goodies you need to stuff in your junk trunk, and it'll be there waiting for you. The market isn't really that great a place to look for items and champions. The only thing you really want to look for is perhaps ancient shards, especially if you're lucky enough for them to land. I've only have the 6 opened up right now. I have other accounts that all these slots are open, and it's hit and miss. You're not gonna get, every 30 days you may get lucky to see one ancient shard in there. So we'll take a look at the arena because they're super advantageous at this moment. The only thing is you do run out of refills in your arena. So keep that in mind also. And if you follow the tips from the chief, you're going to have several of these to use. You're going to be able to store some of those. The daily ones are going to expire first, but you get 15 here, you get 10 to start. So you got 25 battles to get in. After that, max those out. Utilize whatever you can as far as now. One nice thing is if you're gonna play a long time in the arena, log in a couple hours before 5 o'clock, and then at 5 o'clock make sure all of these are used so that you can start adding again to your ability to fight in the arena. You can get upwards easy a day. You can get up to 50 battles in the arena. So just to recap on basically what I'm saying in this video is to utilize your low power level and grind the arena, grind the dungeons, because the dungeons are where the best gear is. But the dungeons are hard, but they also don't give you that much experience, so it's not going to. So you're going to upgrade your account slowly, as well as your factions. But if you're not pulling champions and you're not building champions, you're just kind of grinding in the arena. You may not have any champs that you can use in your faction, so that is the disadvantage of not pulling shards. But what's going to happen is you're going to pull shards, and you're going to be like, well, I don't have anybody in this faction. So what do? Do I upgrade all these champs in the Dark Elves? Granted, Kale at level 60 is probably going to at least get through maybe up to the second boss, but that's about as far as he's going to be able to go on his own, in which you also work on getting your rewards out of this too. But Faction Wars is going to be very tough. So you have the advantage of a full vault, spending a lot of gems, or do you have a less full vault with a lower power level? As far as kind of an early game and maybe a different approach to grinding in the campaign, because grinding in the campaign, even on one account, you're not going to get as much experience in normal, hard, brutal as you're going to get in Nightmare, and it's exactly what it is. It's a nightmare to even get to Nightmare. All in all, I appreciate the time you've invested in watching this video. Definitely subscribe, and I look forward to making the next video for you. Definitely check it out, and the Chief will catch you later.